One thing I did learn in a way was that the process of making a film is much more long-winded than I thought it had been, of course, because we made that in 48 hours and it was not that great. It was the same in a way with Project Blancmange, because with the post-production, I thought it was going to... I phoned Euan in about a week after it had been done, asking him when it'd be out soon, and he looked at me like I was the biggest weirdo he'd ever seen. Like, what, a week? And of course I didn't realise that it actually takes months to edit something and get it all looking right, much longer than the actual filming takes, of course. I'm rather a newcomer, I'm rather green in as regards this business of the film industry, if I may be so pretentious as to draw such a parallel. So yeah, it's been rather a good initiation for me. Well, I should say the most interesting thing was it felt strange, certainly, having all this power in a way, but it's sometimes rather difficult to know. I just kept being asked, where do you want him in the shot, and all these sort of questions like that. So, well, I don't know, just wherever. I don't care. So it's of course all these details, thinking about, sorting them out, and of course I've got no knowledge of storyboarding, and I haven't got the patience to draw a storyboard really. So I left that to Euan, even though normally most directors, as far as I know, do draw their own storyboards. Alfred Hitchcock famously, of course, did his own storyboards. I could certainly do with some more detailed inside knowledge of the business of the technical aspects of filming. Also, as a director, being more assertive, to put it euphemistically, actually not just sitting around on my arse for the whole time, letting it film itself. I think those skills could easily be applied. Yes, and to be honest, I think in the future I'll be withdrawing from directing and just concentrate on writing, because that seems to be what I'm good at. Well, I hope that's what I'm good at, but it's for you to decide after all. I wouldn't say that there is any one person who's inspired me as such, as the late Christopher Hitchens said, you shouldn't have any role models, and I rather agree with him there. But the actual influences that I've always loved Monty Python, not just the television series, the films as well, and also the few excerpts that you can see of Spike Milligan's sketch show, which he did. Whereas I like the sort of humour which follows a sort of surreal and non sequitur line, and every time, which is also quite convenient if you're writing, because if you run out of steam with an idea or a narrative, you can just interrupt it with something completely surreal and change it to something else. I like that sort of humour. I also love the Carry On films. I love lots of smutty innuendo.
As you see.
Yes, I think I hope I don't go too far with this smutty innuendo, but that is so. What I like to think of my comedy as being, if I may be pretentious enough to claim this, is a synthesis between the surreal humour on the one side and the smutty humour on the other, to sort of produce a smurreal.
Smurreal. Is that your own? Is that your own style then?
Yes,
a smurreal style is the style apparently.
I wouldn't like to go into a Freudian analysis of all the various combinations of ideas and maybe even dreams which cause it to come up. But I will say that before I even knew about the existence of StapleFace, although I didn't know about the existence of Euan Buddie, unfortunate really, but nothing can be done about it. He's been born now. Well, I've been entertaining a few ideas, and one was for a situation comedy, but I might come on to talk about that a bit later, which I haven't actually mentioned it yet, because I forgot about it, and it might not be so great an idea. But anyway, it's the idea I originally came up with, as oysters are always supposed to be such an excellent aphrodisiac. I originally had the idea of an advertisement for oysters, which actually focused on how much of an aphrodisiac they were. But of course that was much too conventional, probably wouldn't have been funny, because that's just an old cliche. And the idea for the blancmange, I'm not sure where it came from.
Do Just dealt the deep regions of your mind.
Just the deep regions of the subconscious, yeah. Well, it would be. It's quite difficult. I'm not going to be any good at producing because I'm not very good at leading or organising people. And as a matter of fact, if it was just me when we've been doing erotic bondage, if it had just been me and not you in there, we'd have just laughed, we'd have just pissed about for the whole time probably, and not get anything done. Because I mean, the thing is, you've got to, when you're making a film, you've got to get the right balance between having a laugh and actually getting something done. And I think Euan's very good at that because nobody really loves a laugh much more than Euan does. Well, I do, but I take it too far normally. But Euan really loves a laugh, and yet he always gets things done. So he achieves the perfect balance. Whereas I love a laugh, and I'm also very lazy, and I don't like getting things done. So in general, being a producer wouldn't be for me. Obviously, clothes and makeup aren't exactly my sort of seeing as you can see, I'm not a man of incredibly beautiful complexion. That probably sounded incredibly gay. Yes, set design, camera fit. Any other roles I could play? I should like to be involved in advertising. You see, I think I might have a flair for that.
What you mean, like marketing?
Yes, well, I think getting what I might be good at is getting a decent, funny photograph, if you see what I mean, of say the characters for a certain. I often have ideas for surreal sort of photographs to use to advertise things. Yeah, so